So I got to do something super duper duper cool this weekend. Something I don't normally get to do, and that is check out a game store like as it's opening, like first day. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, I did a review, not a review, I guess that's a dumb thing. I went to a game store and did a video on it called I Got Next. It was in Pasadena, Maryland, which is kind of local to me. And it was a cool store. I mean, check out the video. Well, I guess really at this point it would be kind of pointless to check out the video. But the TLDR is it was a very awesome store run by a very awesome group of people. And the only, I guess, hiccup you could say is the shop was just a little small. It was the store itself was really compact. And the cool thing is it was floor to the ceiling, right? I mean, like you had stuff everywhere, and it was awesome, and there was really cool stuff to get. And the same people put on the kind of the first game convention type thing in my area called Local Play earlier this year. I did a video on that and I enjoyed it. That said, the guys at I Got Next, they got to open up it's a new store, but they moved, right? It's not they're opening up a second store, it's a new store that's their store, and it is in the Marley Station Mall down here in Maryland. And I want to show you guys everything. I got to go to their soft opening, which as of recording this was like on the Friday. They're open now, they're fully open now, and it is awesome. It is so cool to see what they could do with literally 4 times the space. They have 4 times the space as their old shop. So man, I just keep blabbering. You got to check this place out. You got to check this out, and let's just jump right the hell into it. So this is the new I Got Next, and I'll tell you, it's so cool to see how they have gotten to go from like a 950 square foot store to like a 4,000 square foot store. This place is huge. There is so much room for activities. It's really dope. So let's just check this place out. Of course, like any game store worth its salt, there are video games. So in the last place, they had shelves kind of like everywhere they could, making little tiny paths for you to go through. Here they have kind of a big U shape of their quote unquote common games, their shelf games, which is pretty cool. But also, as you can tell, they're still, as I'm making this video, they're still unpacking. They're still getting games from the back, putting them out front, and obviously they always take trades all the time. So like this stuff's gonna cycle out, and it's only gonna get fuller and fuller. But it's really cool to just see, even with this being brand new, and then like just being able to move over, like the nice variety. They got every system, from NES up to current. It's just cool. I love to see this kind of stuff. But also in this area, they have like a bunch of collector's edition games. They have a bunch of accessories, controllers, all the stuff that you would want to get for your retro and even modern, needs. So once again, this is just the start, obviously, and you know what, like I know I already showed it in the beginning of this, but like the Boo lights, freaking super cool, right? I don't know, that's cool to me. I love little weird details like that. One thing I always really liked about I Got Next, and I like this in the old store as well, is they always have like really cool statues or like figures, and also like from collector's editions and stuff. Like really, like they have a toy section, which I'll show you later, but they have like the cool statues, the really high quality like play art stuff, and like it's not just for decoration, it's for sale. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to shout that out separately because that's something that's really cool. Usually when you do see this kind of stuff in game stores, it's not for sale, it's part of like the owner's personal collection. Not saying that some of the stuff here isn't like that, but like still, it's here you have a lot of the stuff is for sale, and it's something that you can take home. Trust me, I have myself and some of my friends, we've been here and we've bought some crazy stuff that we thought was definitely like a store decoration, but nah, they were like, no, we'll sell that, and then bam, now it's in our collection. And of course, you cannot go to a game store and not have the case, right? Every game store has the case with all the good games, or the loose. I've noticed it's either really good games or loose handheld games. And I think that's because like handheld games, it's just so much easier to like pour them in a basket and then have that basket in the case where it can kind of be like protected. But yeah, I mean, they got some cool stuff here, some really nice complete in box stuff, some really rare stuff, a holy grail that I want personally but just can't pull the trigger on, and that is Cubivore for the GameCube. I want that game so bad, like real bad. There's a few really expensive GameCube games, but to me, the two that always really stand out are Gotcha Force and Cubivore, and they're kind of like the twin expensive, like mega expensive games. And I have Gotcha Force, and I'm like, I want Cubivore, but ooh, I also, have a mortgage and a son. So, maybe one day it'll be in my collection. But hey, they had it here, so if any of y'all are looking for it, buy it so it doesn't tempt me anymore. But yeah, I mean, there's always great stuff in the case at stores like this, and this place is definitely, like that. I mean, they got some stuff in here that you would not believe. So one thing they had at their old shop in one small area that now they've gotten to expand upon, and once again, this is a little bit of a work in progress. They're still putting stuff out. I mean, the store itself is obviously, built, but they're still getting inventory out. And that's like a card, like a TCG and comics section. They have a bunch of really cool comics on the wall, and they also have a bunch of trading card stuff, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, etc., etc. And I'm going to talk a little bit later about another cool area of the store that they're able to do with all the extra space. But it's cool because, like I said, in the old shop, they had just like a kind of a one small case that was maybe 5 feet long, probably more like 4 feet long, and now they have like a whole dedicated section, and I can't wait. Like, this is the part where I really can't wait to see how it's going to look like fully built out. Also, and I said in the past, this isn't really my deal, but I know people who collect them. I'm glad they have this really big like wall for pops, like those pop figures. I mean, I have a handful of pop figures, like literally 3, and that's cool and all, but I know there are people who really collect them, and they have this like huge cool spot where they can put them all, display them, so it's easy for you to pick out if you are a collector, like what you want. They also have like some Lego sets in this area, which is really cool. Some of them vintage, so it's really neat. I like this kind of section. I like that they have like a dedicated pop Lego section where other stores just kind of like mix them in here or there. You're like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like, this looks a lot cleaner to me. But hey, if you're a pop guy, let me know what you think. Is this kind of like what you would expect or want to see in a store? Because like I said, I don't collect pops that much, so I don't know what aesthetically would like support my shopping of them. So if that's your thing, let me know down below, like if this is how you'd set it up, because I feel like third party outside looking in, this is like probably the best way to do it. Now, I don't know, you probably know because you're watching it, and I have not got to editing yet. I don't know how I'm going to do this. They have like 4 or 5 big shelves of figures, like toys, and some vintage, some repop, some, or not repop's the wrong word, but like re-release, I guess, maybe, or what have you. And what I meant was, I don't know what I'm going to do here because there's a lot to see. And I'm no toy expert, so I may have fast forwarded this footage just so you could see the amount of stuff. But that said, my God, they have everything. You want Voltron? They got Voltron. You want freaking Star Wars? You want Transformers? You want Predator? You want Xena Warrior Princess? They have them all. You like wrestling? Boom. You like Gundams? Got them. Gundam? Got them. They have everything here. You know what? One thing that stood out to me, and I thought this was crazy. I thought I would never see these again. Z-Bots. Oh my God. I remember freaking having like so many of these stupid things in elementary school. They had a Z-Bots like tank, like on the blistered card. Like, so cool. They have some neat stuff here. I mean, like, they have, of course, like a video game shelf too, where it's like amiibos and like Final Fantasy stuff and like Street Fighter, vintage Street Fighter figures and Mortal Kombat. But like, man, there is so much here. Like, I'm not a vintage toy guy. I have a handful of things, like a couple Final Fantasy figures. I do have a figure for Onimusha 2 because I love that game. But yeah, it's Gorgondontis, by the way. But yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. This is like the heart of like the center of the store, so everything kind of surrounds this area, and it's just cool to see. And it's cool because I got to go to the opening day as well. I don't have any footage from that because, you know, I already had this footage, but it was neat seeing all the people buying so much vintage toy stuff. Like, I know the vintage toy scene's big, but you know, I never really got to experience it like that. So it's cool to see, and they have, if you're into it, this is the place to go. So this is one of two new areas that they have kind of, I guess, built, that they've wanted to build, and it is super cool. So they have like a game area with it's free to play. They have some arcade machines. They had arcade machines in their old store, but now they're kind of more, you know, out. They have this area with some TVs, some flat screens, and some CRTs with vintage consoles and more modern consoles. And basically they just have, like, you know, come in and play. It's free. You can check out whatever you want. They're going to switch the games regularly. They even said, like, if you talk to them, you know, like, hey, we're all doing Smash Brothers or whatever, but maybe we want to play Halo or something. Talk to them, and, you know, they're going to switch the games out weekly. So if you come in often and give them suggestions, they may put in what you want or what have you. It's really cool. They also said eventually they're going to kind of set up like maybe tournaments. It's real loosey-goosey right now, but I think it's really neat. I love the idea of like being able to like come in and like sit down and play some games or whatever. You know, maybe contemplate buying Cubivore while playing Crazy Taxi. I don't know. But it's a cool area, and I think it's really neat. But supplementary to that, there is a tabletop area where you can, you know, do, you know, card games, TCG stuff, tabletop games like board games or Warhammer stuff. Bring your own, of course, or buy some stuff from them. So it's really cool. They said eventually they're going to maybe structure some kind of schedule, maybe have like certain nights for certain games or certain days for certain games. It's kind of loosey-goosey, like I said, is what they're talking about right now. But eventually they're going to put some structure to it, which is cool. You know, spots like this are really nice because I've been around my area, and like, you know, as an example, I've recently gotten into some games of a more tabletop variety, but anywhere you go, like, you have to like sit down and pay like X amount of dollars to like go in and play, and like I suck and I'm learning, so like for me it feels like kind of lame, because it's lame for two reasons. Because I have to pay to no one wants to play with me, and then B, the people who are paying and playing, like, they don't want to play with someone who doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So it's cool to have a kind of pick up and play area. I will say this though, and this is not like at the behest of them or anything, but I have seen this before, and it's super not cool. So if you're a parent watching this or whatever, just know, and this is like any store, not here, it's not a daycare, man. Like, you know, don't drop your kids off. Like, that's really crappy. I'm not saying that anyone watching my channel would be that person, but I'm just gonna say it because not many people do. But before I wrap up, it's funny because I see these in every game store, and I don't remember if they had this at their old shop, or if they did. I don't know. I was always looking at everything else. But they have a gacha machine, a gachapon, you know, get the tokens and put them in. And the reason I say that is I feel like in like all my videos about checking out game stores, this is becoming more and more prevalent. It's really cool. So yeah, it's fun that they have one. And you know, I don't know. I always love these things. They're really neat. And it's just I kind of found it funny that they have them here too. But yeah, once again, it's I Got Next. They're in the Marley Station Mall. Like there's a big like Gold's Gym. If you're in the area, there's like a big Gold's Gym that's like an anchor store, and like a huge entrance like right to the right of it. You walk in, hang a left. It's like the second store, like right there. It's huge. You can't miss it. It's super cool, man. Like, this place is really dope. I'm looking forward to coming here often to see what all they get, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they grow. So yeah, once again, everybody there was so nice to me. Thank you so much for letting me check out your space on like the early day, you know, and thank you so much for just like being so cool and nice and friendly. Like, man, when I say I love this place, it's like one of the coolest shops I've ever been to, and I personally can't wait to see how this place grows. I mean, you know, I actually kind of made the joke while I was there, like when you're building a game room, right? Has to be the same for a store. You have all this room and you're like, man, I got so much room, it's gonna be awesome. And you know, before long, it's just gonna fill right up. So I can't wait to see the kind of stuff they get in, the kind of stuff they do. I'm just super excited. But hey, if you guys are in the area, check out I Got Next. Let me know if you have been there to the new store, because like I said, as of making this video, they've been open for like 4 or 5 days now, something like that. If you haven't, go there, then come back and throw something in the comments, be like, hey, I checked it out or whatever, because I want to hear what you guys think. And that's going to do it for us today, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. It'd be phenomenal. If you like watching weird videos of unboxings, reviews, and me checking out game stores literally all over the country, but also apparently in my backyard, stick around. But as always, my friends, take it easy.